The Philippines has entered a critical phase of its military modernization, with air defense now standing as one of the most urgent requirements. For years, Manila has relied on a limited set of assets, Spider systems from Israel, and considerations of NASAMS from the United States and Norway. But these procurements alone cannot provide a layered, affordable, and sustainable shield for the country's vast and vulnerable skies. As tensions in the South China Sea continue to rise, the search for a capable yet cost-effective solution has opened the door for India to step forward with the Akash surface-to-air missile system, an indigenous product of India's growing defense industry. Developed by India's Defense Research and Development Organization, the Akash represents a balance between affordability and combat capability. The system is already operational with the Indian Army and Air Force, proving its viability in diverse operational environments. The missile itself has a range of 25 to 30 kilometers in its Mark I version, extended to nearly 40 kilometers with the Akash Mark II and the Akash 1S upgrade. Capable of speeds up to Mach 2.5, the missile can intercept aircraft, UAVs, helicopters, and even cruise missiles at altitudes of up to 18 kilometers. Supported by the Rajendra 3D phased array radar, the system can track up to 64 targets and guide missiles against 12 simultaneously, a crucial feature when dealing with saturation attacks. For the Philippines, the relevance of Akash lies not only in its specifications, but also in its strategic positioning within the current defense market. Spider, already in service with the Philippine Air Force, is highly mobile but offers a shorter effective range of 15 to 20 kilometers. NASAMS, with its AMRAAM-based interceptors, brings superior range and integration with NATO systems, but it comes at a prohibitive price tag. By contrast, Akash occupies the middle ground, affordable, reliable, and backed by India's willingness to provide flexible financing and cooperative arrangements. Analysts estimate the system could be acquired at 30 to 40% less cost than NASAMS, while still delivering a credible defensive capability. The importance of these financial considerations cannot be overstated. The Philippines operates under tight defense budgets, and every procurement must be weighed against competing priorities, such as naval modernization and Air Force expansion. In this regard, India has demonstrated a willingness to support Manila not just with equipment, but also with financial tools. Reports in early 2025 revealed that India is offering soft loans to facilitate an Akash purchase, making it far more attainable than Western equivalents. According to Reuters, a contract worth roughly $200 million USD could be finalized within the financial year, beginning in April 2025, a significant step for both Manila and New Delhi. The negotiations go beyond price alone. Indian officials and Philippine defense planners are working on integration questions: how Akash might work alongside existing radar systems, what kind of training packages would accompany it, and how technology transfer might strengthen Manila's defense autonomy. The Philippines has already placed the Akash system under its shore-based air defense missile system acquisition project, signaling that the program has secured space within its defense budget and planning cycles. This is not a speculative discussion, but a near-term reality being shaped by shared strategic interests. If deployed, the Philippines would likely position Akash batteries to protect vital installations. In Luzon, the systems could shield Clark Air Base and Subic Bay, both critical hubs for logistics and potential U.S. access under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. In Palawan, batteries stationed near Puerto Princesa would serve as a guardian for the southern approaches to the Spratly Islands, directly reinforcing Manila's sovereignty claims in contested waters. Such deployments would provide a credible mid-tier defense layer, complementing existing Spider systems and any future acquisitions such as NASAMS or long-range radars. The geopolitical implications of such a deal extend far beyond missile specifications. For India, a successful Akash sale would mark its second major arms export to the Philippines, after the landmark BrahMos coastal defense missile contract in 2022. Together, BrahMos and Akash would form a complementary pair, the former serving as a deterrent against maritime incursions, the latter defending the skies above. This would cement India's role as a new and trusted defense partner in Southeast Asia, reinforcing New Delhi's Act East strategy. By deepening ties with Manila, India also projects influence into the South China Sea, creating a strategic link between the Indian Ocean and the Western Pacific. For the Philippines, choosing Akash is more than a procurement decision. It is a political statement. By buying Indian equipment, Manila signals a diversification away from total reliance on Western suppliers. While the U.S. alliance remains central under the Mutual Defense Treaty, the ability to source credible systems from a fellow Indo-Pacific democracy reduces vulnerability to political or budgetary constraints from any single partner. Moreover, cooperation with India broadens Manila's diplomatic portfolio, aligning it more closely with the informal but increasingly relevant network of the Quad nations: India, Japan, Australia, and the US, all of whom are converging on the goal of balancing China's assertiveness. China, predictably, will interpret a Philippine Akash acquisition as another incremental tightening of the security environment around the South China Sea. Already facing BrahMos along the archipelago's western flank, Beijing would now have to account for additional layers of air defense that complicate any hypothetical strike scenarios. This is precisely the kind of deterrence Manila seeks. Not overwhelming superiority, but sufficient resilience to make aggression a risky and costly gamble. Looking ahead, the Philippines' adoption of Akash could trigger ripple effects across Southeast Asia. Vietnam and Indonesia, both facing similar air defense gaps and budgetary pressures, may find Indian offerings attractive. As India proves itself capable of delivering not just weapons, but financing, training, and technology partnerships, the credibility of its defense industry rises regionally. Manila would thus not only enhance its own security, but also pave the way for broader Indo-ASEAN defense integration, tightening the fabric of the Indo-Pacific strategic network. It is worth noting that Akash is not the most advanced missile system available on the market. Western systems such as Patriot or even the latest NASAMS variants offer longer range and deeper integration with NATO standard architectures. Yet for the Philippines, perfection is not the objective. What matters is building a layered and sustainable defense structure. Spider for short range, Akash for medium range, and perhaps NASAMS or other long-range systems in the future. This incremental approach allows Manila to protect key assets immediately while gradually expanding capabilities. In the final analysis, Akash offers the Philippines something that no other partner currently provides: a credible, affordable, and geopolitically significant defense solution that strengthens both operational readiness and diplomatic positioning. The system may not dominate headlines like fighter jets or submarines, but in the quiet arithmetic of defense planning, it fills a vital gap. If BrahMos symbolizes Manila's capacity to strike at sea, Akash symbolizes its determination to defend the skies. Together, they reshape the strategic equation in Southeast Asia. As we examine these developments, it becomes clear that the story of Akash in the Philippines is more than a defense procurement. It is a reflection of shifting power balances in the Indo-Pacific, where smaller states seek resilience and major democracies seek partnerships. For those of us following these changes, it is essential to continue engaging, analyzing, and supporting informed discussions. If you value deep insights into military modernization, strategic realignments, and the evolving security landscape of the Philippines and its partners, your support for this channel is crucial. By liking, sharing, and subscribing, you help ensure that this analysis reaches a wider audience, keeping the conversation alive at a time when clarity and understanding are more important than ever.